Hope you're all doing well. It's Friday again. We have another weekend here, finally. Been a long week. Well, it has for me at least, but I hope you've had a good week. And we are back for more F1 Manager content, continuing this Maserati series. And today, we are in Spain for round 9. Round 9, I believe, of 19, if my calculations are correct. Yeah, round 9 of 19, I believe. So, yeah, we'll see how we go. Last time out in Monaco, very good race. We got our second victory of the year. So Max has won every other time we haven't won. And we got our second victory out of 8 in Monaco. I don't think we're going to follow it up today, though. But we shall see. Antonelli has qualified P4. Franco Colapinto, P12. So this has been Franco's issue all year, really, which is being knocked out in Q2. And that is the case again here in Barcelona. So he's knocked out in Q2, which gives him quite a bit of work to do on the Sunday. So we're going to try something a little bit different, which we've been trying to do with Franco. It's worked most of the time, but he's going to go for 3 stop around here today. So he's going soft, medium, medium, soft. Kimi Antonelli is going to go for the 2-stopper, soft, medium, softs. Antonelli starts P4, so a good chance for Kimi to get a podium and keep up his consistency. But yeah, Franco, a lot of work to do, so we'll see how we go as we get into this one. But yeah, I hope you've all had a good week if you're jumping in live or catching up in demand. And yeah, nothing else to say, I don't think, really. I think we're just ready to crack on, as always, and get this one underway. Let's get it going.
Welcome back, everyone. The final preparations are now being made as we head into the race.
Max, thankfully, we're obviously in a championship battle with Max, but Max, luckily, is in P5. So although Kimi's only in P4, Max is behind him in P5. So here we go then in Spain. As we get this underway, what can we do from 4th and P12? They're held for quite a while here, but finally we are underway as Lawson gets us underway from pole. It's Piastri in P2 in the McLaren, and as I say, we start P4 with Kimi and P13 with Franco Colapinto. And Kimi, it looks like he's lost out somewhere. Yeah, Verstappen's up 2 places, so that is just not great, is it? Verstappen blistering off the start then. And Max, we said it was good that although we haven't qualified that high up, that he wasn't in P1, but he's gone from P5 to P3 at the start. And yeah, not good stuff at all there to see Max passing not just ourselves, but Piastri. Piastri, something happened there that maybe we weren't looking at when we were looking at the chat, because he's dropped from 2nd to 4th. Colapinto, though, is up 2 places. He started 12, he's now up to 10th. And this is on Carlos Sainz. We should see an Aston Martin somewhere. There we are. And then Colapinto's got a couple more because he's up to 9th. So yeah, he got Sainz. Then he got Tsunoda in the Audi. And I think since then, we've now got Behrman in the Williams. So Franco making a blistering start here. Because yeah, we've just gone past Behrman. We should get a replay of that one as well. So we've missed all 3 of Colapinto's moves there as we were focusing up front. But we'll catch it on the replay. There we go. Franco started P12 up to P9, but we are going aggressive on this first stint with him. So we'll see how that goes. Tyres, we haven't even had a chance to look at tyres. So Russell, Lawson on the softs, Verstappen medium, Piastri hard. Maybe that's why Piastri dropped then at the start, because he's on that hard tyre. Quite mixed, actually, the grid. Not a lot of hard runners, though. And Colapinto now in the slipstream, Charles Leclerc. No DRS, because it's the first lap, but that will now be enabled for the next lap. What's Antonelli doing up here? Nothing much. So start the second lap, Russell leads, Lawson second, Verstappen third, Antonelli started P4 down to P5, Colapinto started P12 up to P9. So good start for Franco, but as I say, he's going to have to stop more than most of the grid. I think most of the grid will try a 2-stopper. There might be a few 3-stoppers, but Colapinto very much set on a 3-stopper here today. Delano, thanks for the follow, much appreciated, hope you're doing well. Can we have a look at Charles here? Let's go a bit aggressive on here. All over Leclerc as we've got DRS. And we're going to try on the inside of Charles, but we can't quite get it done there. And we're going to have to go a bit neutral now on the battery. Leclerc's dropped out of the DRS to Pourchaire, though, so that'll give us a chance. Formula 1, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Jump back on board then. Yeah, Charles has just lost the DRS here, so it might give Franco an opportunity. DRS opens now. Getting the slipstream, DRS open. Are we going to make the move on the Monegasque man? We look at the inside, he can't move again now. And later on the brakes, not quite Colapinto. And now we've got a long way round here. And Charles, I think, is going to fend us off. Good defence from Charles Leclerc. And that's actually brought Sonoda onto our rear, which is not nice. You have that commentator voice. Have you ever given it a go? No, I have not. No, never commentated. Apart from on this gaming series, but appreciate the comment. Yoseling, thanks for the follow. Where is Hamilton? This is F1 Manager 24, and we're in the year 2027. So unfortunately, Hamilton is no more in the world of Formula 1 in 2027. Antonelli is down to P6, which will miss somewhere, but Colapinto this time on Charles Leclerc looks like he will get that job done. And he's into P8. And we do get a replay of Norris. So Antonelli started P4. He's now down to P6. Lando Norris, that McLaren's been improved across this year. And Lando into P5. Oh, Antonelli's out wide now, and he's losing a lot of time there. Antonelli, get on the track. Oh, Antonelli, what are you doing? Kimi, why is Kimi playing Farming Simulator? Oh, we're last. Antonelli's last, thanks. What was that all about, Kimi? Oh, Kimi Antonelli just lost 16 positions. Here we go. As he gives his Farming Simulator impression. Great lines here. Getting the crops ready for harvest. Great stuff, Kimi. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Kimi goes from 6th down to 22nd. That's a long way back from there now. Chris, thanks for the follow. Warrior, there goes the points. Yeah, it's not great, is it? Not great at all.
You have to increase a bit more.
Yeah, he's last, and he's 4.5 seconds off the pace, so... we might actually have to try and extend this first stint and try a bit of an overcut rather than undercut. But Colapinto has had a positive start. Started P12, he's now up to P7, one of those positions over his teammate. But we've got to try and get to Théo Pourchaire here if we can. What's tyre life saying? Leclerc's pushing his tyres quite hard, so maybe quite a few are on a free stop. Antonelli, as I say, will be on a two-stopper, but he's got a long way to go now to make that work. And Colapinto did pick up the DRS on Pourchaire. That was key, because Pourchaire's become cut adrift of the top 5. He's 3.7 behind. We're getting such a good tow. We might actually make a move here into turn 1 alongside Théo Pourchaire. Wow, that Alpine was sluggish down that straight. And Colapinto is now into P6. Helena, thanks for the follow. Why is there 22? This is F1 Manager 24, and it's extra team. Although, of course, we'll have 22 teams in real Formula 1 next year with Cadillac joining the grid. Looking forward to seeing that. A new team on the grid. Technically 2 new teams with Audi, but they're replacing, obviously, Kick Sauber are becoming Audi rather than replacing an additional team. But yeah, Cadillac join the grid next year, so... Elmores, thanks for the follow. Unfortunately, Pourchaire has stayed with us here. Is he going to try and reclaim that place? He is. He's on our inside. And Théo Pourchaire moves back past us. But we're fighting him well. Fighting him very well, Colapinto. And he stays there. But now Théo Pourchaire will get the DRS on us on that long start-finish straight. So we go defensive to the inside. But Pourchaire's got a long run here. I've got to be careful because I think Leclerc might get a clean sweep on the outside. We're going to lose 2 positions here. Leclerc past us. Leclerc's only on 78% though. Colapinto loses 2 positions. What is this? This is a game. This is F1 Manager 24. And if you're jumping into the stream, you haven't already, do me a massive favour. Spam that like button. Super appreciated. Really helps me out. 6 laps gone. Colapinto started P12, now P8. Antonelli started P4 and has gone out wide and a drop to the back of the grid here. Yeah, I think quite a few of these are going to be on a free stopper as well. Antonelli very much on a 2-stopper. As Russell starts the 7th lap. Verstappen's P5, which is a bit of a saving grace for us at the moment, but he's on the mediums. He's got 80%, so I'd still say Max looking pretty good. As Leclerc has DRS on Pourchaire, we have DRS behind both of them. I think we're too far behind though, but Leclerc is going to make the move. Is he on Théo Pourchaire? No, Pourchaire in his Alpine keeps him behind. Right, let's jump on with Antonelli, see how he is. He's just, yeah, in no man's land there, isn't he?
Tires update.
Problem here with Colapinto is he's not really making the ground we wanted him to. And he's attacking more on his tyres than others around him, so bit of a concern. But yeah, this is going to be the same again. Leclerc will have DRS on board. Share will have DRS as well, but we might be a little bit too far back. Why the hell is Russell in Ferrari? It's 2027. Who knows? It might happen. I doubt it. Right, the outside is opening up for us now, but can we go around? No, we can't. We're going to have to use some battery here. We haven't got much battery to play with, but we're going to have to use a bit. Fire attempts are absolutely through the roof, but we've got the second Alpine behind us now in Hadjar, who drives for Alpine here in 2027. Alright, we're going to use a little bit of deployment. See if we can get closer to these two. Yeah, not really working for us in this phase, is it? But this might be one of our worst results of the season, currently with Antonelli P22, Colapinto P8, and we've used all our battery. We're going to have to top up a bit now. Pourchaire, though, has lost some ground on Leclerc, but you need to get back in the slipstream there, Franco, because you're going to lose out now. Yeah, that was poor. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to try and save up a bit of battery behind this fight now. Be a little bit patient. Antonelli's still right at the back of the grid, and he's 4 seconds off that back of the grid. He's not really gaining on them. So this is a little bit of a worry. Although Antonelli's got himself to blame for his mistake. Right, here we go. A chance might open up here on the outside of Théo Pourchaire. No, I think we're going to run out of room. Are we still in there? We are just about on the outside of Théo here. Carrying on this fight. But Charles Leclerc, I think, has just got out of DRS. So all that's going to happen here is the Alpine's going to open up the DRS and have a great chance getting straight back past us here, isn't he? Oh, that is frustrating. But we will at least get DRS on Théo here now. Yeah, Leclerc's pulled 1.7 there, so he's broken the DRS. But we're all over. Théo Pourchaire now. Finally, this should be the moment. DRS is open. Oh, we're going to switch over to the outside now. Didn't like the inside. Round to the outside, DRS open. And finally, we're going to be past Théo Pourchaire. And we need to close that 1.5 second gap to Leclerc and get DRS on him as well. Due to stop lap 14. So we've only got 4 more laps and we'll be in for our first stop of the day. We'll be hoping we're the first in and get a nice little undercut. First of this bunch anyway, which I think we probably will be. Can we push on to Charles now? I don't know if we're going to get DRS this lap, and Pourchaire will still get DRS on this next zone because he's only half a second behind, actually 2 tenths behind. He's really pushing again, Pourchaire. I'm going to have to deploy a bit out of there. I don't know if that's going to be enough though. Teo won't give this up. We're going to be struggling though on that start-finish straight unless we can get into Leclerc's DRS, which I don't think we're going to be quite close enough. It's nearly under a second. It is under a second now. No, it's not. It's close. Don't quite think we're there, so this is going to be a struggle to keep Pourchaire behind. Yeah, there he goes. We're going to lose out to 2 Alpines because why is Colapinto just moving over off the racing line again? He gave them the slipstream. Ah, oh, Franco. That's awful from Franco. Isabella, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Valentin, thanks for the follow. What is going on? This is F1 Manager 24 in 2027. Yeah, that was really poor from Franco there. He pulled off the racing line, so essentially Pourchaire had DRS, but it also allowed Pourchaire to get in the slipstream of Charles, and then allowed Hadjar to follow him through. So yeah, just really bad all around there. Warrior undercut time, yeah, definitely. Due to stop lap 14 anyway, might come in 1 more lap earlier. Hector crazy so much people don't know F1 Manager. I know. If more people knew and more people played it, we would have had one this year. But of course, if you're jumping into the stream, if you haven't already, do me a massive favour, smash that like button. Super appreciated. It really helps me out. Once again, Colapinto's trying his trick, which he thinks he can pull off the racing line and not get a slipstream, and it's going to help him overtake, which is not the case. Franco, come on. Engage the brain, Franco, here today. Lucy, thanks for the follow. Who is Russ? That's Russell, George Russell in the Ferrari here in 2027, who leads the race actually. We are going to see our first pit stops. Magnussen down to 38%. And Leclerc has just been overtaken by both Alpines. Why is Leclerc suddenly just turned into a tractor there? Colapinto got a chance on Leclerc on the inside. Leclerc has lost about 3 positions now. What drivers are you using? We are using Franco Colapinto and Kimi Antonelli. Kimi is still at 1.9 off the back of the pack here. Leclerc might have damage here. I'm not sure what happened there. Isn't showing any damage, but unless he just suddenly... might be conserving his tyres, to be fair. He's at 54%, which is pretty good round here. Deg is awful round here. He's going to come straight back past us, though. I'm going to pit this lap, but I've got a feeling the Alpines might be pitting this lap now because they've suddenly bolted off into the distance. And sometimes when they do that, the AI, that's because they're on an in lap. By Charles, with the help of DRS, is going to get past us, but Colapinto's going to come in this lap. We're hoping none of those ahead of us, well, relatively ahead of us, Hadjar, Pourchaire or Leclerc box, and we can get a nice undercut on them. We have 3 stopping today. We thought most of the grid would maybe be 2 stopping, but it does look like there's going to be a fair few free stops. Degradation around Spain on this game is very high. And if you're jumping in late, Antonelli did start P4, but he had an instant when he went out wide and decided he didn't want to come back on the track for an age, and he's dropped to last position. But he is now finally in the DRS of Lance Stroll, who drives for Audi here in 2027. We'll get back onto Antonelli shortly, but we want to see Colapinto coming into the pits. We also want to see if either of these Alpines are stopping. Fingers crossed they're not. Don't think they will because they've got quite good tyre life. I think they'll go for a few more laps yet. Let's wait and see Yeah, Pourchaire not in, Hadjar not in, hopefully Leclerc not in, no, and Colapinto is in. So that is good news for us. We are the first in, and that'll give us a chance of the undercut. Hopefully a nice clean stop from the boys and girls down at Maserati. K-Mag further down the field is coming in as well. Antonelli is past Stroll. We can't have a look at that though because we want to see the stop. 1.9, lovely work. And hopefully that should be some nice clean air. And there we go, Antonelli ahead of Stroll. Momentarily though, because Stroll is going to get the DRS, so he might be giving that back to Lance Stroll. Got to try and stick it in there if he can. I think Stroll is going to end up reclaiming that. That's frustrating. But Colapinto is going to have nice clean air now.
I am trying.
That's exactly what he needs.
Focus on our race.
So he's on his way. And Antonelli has stayed ahead of Stroll. So that's good. That's good work. Alan and Chris, thanks for the follows. Izzy, thanks for the follow. Hope you're all doing well.
Right then, we can take a look now.
Antonelli then did stay in this fight. And on the inside, gets past the mighty Lance Stroll. 14 laps, 66 gone then. Colapinto's made his first stopper free. Antonelli's on a two-stopper, but he's on a recovery drive now after an incident early on in the race. And let's just get rid of this a sec. So Colapinto's now, Antonelli, sorry, 2.2 off K-Mag, Maloney, who's the next driver. Hopefully quite a few of those will be coming into the pits now. Balance, sorry if I'm butchering up. Thanks for the follow. MX, thanks for the follow. I want to play... You can... Not sure what you mean there, buddy, but... Alright, Perez into the pits. And Antonelli is past him. That's a slow left rear for the Mercedes. So Antonelli, yeah, 2.2 off Maloney. Antonelli will now be in the DRS, but Maloney has DRS on his teammate Ocon, so that's the only issue for us here. Rodrigo, thanks for the follow. Bortoletto into the pits, Mick Schumacher into the pits. Hopefully Ocon will be into the pits here as well. And he is, so that's going to help release Antonelli. Because Maloney will not get the DRS now. So Antonelli's going to move up a few here because those boxing and he gets the DRS.
Doing a good job with the tires.
So Antonelli, as I say, we're trying to go a little bit longer now. Well, actually, he's staying on track with his first stop, but he's going longer than most because he's on a two-stopper. So hopefully this is going to work for him. Here or share, thanks for the follow. Jose, thanks for the follow. Hope you're both doing well.
7-7.
Right, so Antonelli, yes, 6.3 now of Sainz. But Antonelli, when's he due to stop? Lap 20. I'm not sure we'll quite get to lap 20. Colapinto is now 2.3 off Stroll, so we'll just forward the action on chat until we reach those next cars, which Colapinto's getting there pretty quickly. And he's there now as Ollie Behrman and Russell are into the pits. Russell was leading the race, wasn't he, I believe? So that's the race leader into the pits. But this should be Franco Colapinto, getting past Lance Stroll quite easily here.
Are you ready? Copy.
We're on 90%, fresh medium, Stroll down to 34% on his softs, and there we go, DRS assisted. Colapinto moves into P15. And Antonelli is 5 seconds behind Russell and yet to make a stop, so you can see how crucial that error was from Antonelli early on. Antonelli, his podium streak, I think, is going to come to an end here due to his mistake early on, unless he gets lucky with a safety car, red flag, something like that today. Colapinto on the other side looks to be having a solid race, and he's now coming up to the rear of his ex-teammate here at Maserati, Maloney. Maloney drove for us for a year and the first two races of last year before he was replaced by Kimi Antonelli. And we do have a yellow flag. It's just a spin though, so that's not going to be a safety. Look to be Ollie Behrman, perhaps. Yeah, Ollie Behrman. Let's just see this on the outside. And it looks like we're getting that one done. But yeah, Ollie Behrman in the Williams in 2027. He's had a spin. And we have got that move done on Maloney. So we're now 3.6 off our teammate Antonelli. Antonelli yet to stop, of course. Torrent, hello, buddy. How's it going? Hope you're well. Oh, Anna, thanks for the follow. Sorry if I'm butchering that. Hope you are doing well as well. And if you're jumping into the stream, like what you see, please do, of course, follow or subscribe. And if you can do me a massive favour, smash that like button. Norris, Gasly, Maloney and Stroll all into the pits. So that's promoting Antonelli and Colapinto up to P11 and P12. And there you see Colapinto, Antonelli's teammate, in the rear now. But Antonelli's had that issue early on. And he's going to be a pit stop behind Colapinto. Although he's stopping... he's making one less stop. So in terms of that, they're kind of on an even keel. But Colapinto will be able to attack more. So I think it's certainly going to be an advantage to Colapinto. But yeah, I don't think Antonelli's got a chance of getting to the podium. I don't quite think Colapinto will either, but we'll see how it pans out. We're still waiting for Leclerc, Pourchaire and Hadjar to pit. They were the three that we were trying to get the undercut on with Colapinto, and I think he's well and truly going to get that undercut. And they might be in this lap. Where are they? They're now coming around. Yeah, Leclerc is in. So this is going to be key to see how much of an undercut we've got on Charles Leclerc. Because he was right with the two Alpines. That's who we were fighting with before our stop with Franco. Now Antonelli's going to be asked not to fight his teammate here. Because we're on a different strategy. There's Leclerc. And there we go. Antonelli gets out of the way nicely. And yeah, Leclerc's going to be a little bit back. So that is a nice little undercut we've got there. Where did we start? Who picked? Soren. So we started P4 with Antonelli, but he went out wide and had that basic thing in F1 Manager where he decided not to come on the track until he was in last place. So he's then 5 seconds off the back, and he's yet to stop. So Antonelli's got lots of work to do. Colapinto started P12. He was P8 when we boxed him, though. So and he's gone for an undercut on the two Alpines of Hadjar and Pourchaire and Leclerc, which he's now successfully got that undercut on Leclerc of about 8 seconds. That's worked well. So Colapinto might be P5 after the first rounds of stops. Still quite a few to stop here. As you can see, about half a field have stopped. Maybe just over half a field. Antonelli's got Norris, who's already stopped. He's on him now. And I'm going to get Antonelli in this lap rather than next because his tyres are basically gone.
And the box is
Abraham, Mario and Fabine, thanks for the follows. Kimi's made up some good time despite needing to pit. Yeah, we'll see where he now comes out. He might be right at the back again, but at least he's going to be on a nice fresh tyre now, Kimi. Hopefully a nice clean stop for him. As Hadjar and Pourchaire pit as well. Colapinto's already passed them though, so that undercut has worked wonders for Franco. 1.9 again, under 2 seconds. We like that.
You will have Ocon at the exit of pit lane.
Alpine with a bold double stack. Yeah, they did. They were right on each other, so they've surely lost time there, I'd imagine. We should have jumped on that, but yeah, I think they would have. Pourchaire looks like he's had to wait there because he's lost out a bit. Antonelli, is he going to stay out against Lance Stroll here? He is. So in terms of that first round, he dropped to 22nd, but now on a net stop, he has jumped at least 2 cars, and he's got a tyre advantage. So Antonelli, come back to get to points, I think. We've got to try and get some points with Kimi. There's still a chance of that.
3.5.
Colapinto, though, he's actually jumped Lando, hasn't he, in that undercut as well. As we're getting past Carlos Sainz there. Sainz yet to stop. He's on the hards, obviously going for a 2-stop. Sainz fighting it back. Lawson into the pits now. Well, Carlos Sainz is really fighting this, isn't he? Jeez, Carlos, calm down. He's in front of his home crowd and he's trying to put on a show. We'll get DRS though, because we're behind at detection zone. That's nice. That's worked out well. Albon into the pits. Lawson into the pits. Lawson was fighting for the lead of this race, so we might get a hell of an undercut on him. No, not quite. Colapinto then, P6. Tsunoda still needs to stop. So does Verstappen and Piastri. So Colapinto is definitely going to be in the top 5 after the first rounds of stops here. Erica, thanks for the follow. What are you watching this on? This is an F1. This is F1 Manager 24. Colapinto, Famos Fran. Yes, indeed. All right, so yeah, waiting for Tsunoda to stop. School done weekend. Came from school, Maserati Series P Clive. Great stuff, buddy. Nicole, thanks for the follow. Right, where is... we have to minimise this to see poor old Antonelli. 6 seconds off Ocon. Right, so Colapinto is within the DRS of Lawson, but Lawson's just stopped on his sauce, but it's because Tsunoda's holding him up a bit. Tsunoda's yet to pit, and Tsunoda's not going to pit this lap. Hopefully we can get Tsunoda as well. We can just follow Liam Lawson through here. Oh, good go on the inside. Tsunoda's a bit of the sandwich here. A bit like Schumacher and Hakkinen back in the day, not as bold as that, but there we go. Colapinto into P5. And he's not really racing Lawson at the moment because Lawson's on fresh sauce. Piastri and Verstappen still yet to stop. We might even get an undercut on them, but they should be coming straight back after us. Ho, thanks for the follow. Erica, love the commentary. Thanks for the support. Much appreciated. Now the Alpine starts working since Portier and Monaco last race. Yeah, the Alpines have come alive. The McLarens have sort of come back as well. Last year, obviously, the best car. They're starting to develop now in 2027, finally. Podium chance here. Yes, potentially, yeah. How this is now working out. It depends on what our time is like, because I think, obviously, Piastri and Verstappen are on a two-stopper. Push for Kimi. I want to try and keep Kimi on the two-stop just because I feel the two-stop is going to work better for him as there's a fastest lap for Lawson. Here's Piastri and Verstappen. And Colapinto is going to be ahead of them as well. What about Lando Norris? He's going to be right in the thick of this. Carlos Sainz still on those hards, getting a nice toe. And Norris is behind his teammate. Piastri's put on some used softs there at 90%. And we are somehow up to P3. So we've got a mega undercut there. But as I say, some of this grid will be on a two-stopper. We are very much set for a three-stopper with Franco Colapinto. Antonelli is not going to get Tsunoda. Antonelli looks to be having a bit of a tough time out here today. Manuel and Melog, thanks for the follows, much appreciated. So what have we got? Antonelli 2.7, we've got 3.7 with Colapinto. Colapinto's next stop due to be lap 31. So as I always say, if you're jumping in for the first time, we stream this every Friday and Tuesday, and we see a lot of track action unless there's gaps and there's not too much going on, which is right now. So we'll just forward on until Colapinto is either being attacked, which is more likely, or Antonelli starts to get closer to those ahead of him. But if you like what you see, as I say, do follow or subscribe and do me a massive favour and smash that like button. Really does help me out, gets this stream out to more people, helps me to grow the channel, so super appreciated. Right, the McLarens are coming in 1.9 now behind Colapinto. So he's now going to be under threat from Piastri, but Piastri is using quite a bit of that tyre. Rain Fanix Souza, thanks for the follows, much appreciated. Oh, I'd imagine Piastri is just going to swing by us here. I'm not sure. I don't know who we're racing now. It's all up in the air at the moment. Verstappen's flying behind us. Can we try and stick with Oscar for a few laps? Antonelli's just not gaining on those ahead of him, but are they using more tyres? Yes, they probably are. So yeah, we've got to hope Antonelli's on two-stopping and most of the grid are free-stopping, and that might get Antonelli back to the points. But yeah, Colapinto doesn't look like he's going to stay with Oscar for that DRS, unfortunately. Got a bit of fuel we could use, but I don't quite think he's got the pace. Oscar is flying down the road on his softs. And then we've got Lando Norris. So Lando Norris and Verstappen. Leclerc is who we undercut, though. Leclerc is now 5 seconds. So that is who we were fighting. That's worked well. But Leclerc has got good tyre margin on us. So going to ebb and flow this race. It's going to, yeah, going to be a little bit up and down. I don't really know where we're going to end up, but we shall see. But yeah, Oscar has skedaddled down the road there, hasn't he? Antonelli too, still keeping just under 3 seconds behind those ahead of him. Sainz is in for his first stop of the day, I believe, because he's gone very long on those hards. Sonoda's really using a lot of his tyre, so yeah, I think a lot of them are going to free stop. So Antonelli might come back into it at the end. Antonelli is past Sainz as well. All right, let's just forward on until Lando gets to us or Verstappen. As I say, we're now boxing lap 31. So actually, we've only got 4 more laps of this stint before Franco's coming in again. And here we go. Lando has arrived. And try attack to try and stay with Lando. He's going to get past us here because the DRS is so strong around here. Max Verstappen, look at this clean air. He's got DRS. And Colapinto trying to fight this with Lando. Just trying to be a bit of a nuisance. So if we can't stay ahead, at least keep in the DRS for a lap or so. This is F1 Manager 24, so we're in 2027. There is no Hamilton in 2027. Colapinto actually keeps that position on Lando. I wonder if we could probably attack now, actually, for the next 3 laps till we need a box. Isabella Marie, thanks for the follow. It's much appreciated. And there goes Lando on the inside. But I'm not too bothered about that because we'll keep the DRS now on the start-finish straight. Russell leads the race. Everyone has stopped now, haven't they? Yeah, so Russell leads. Lawson is very much in his DRS, but it's then 8 seconds back to this fight here. The McLaren's stabbing on ourselves. I'm not really sure if we're in this fight, but we're in it currently. And we're going to get DRS. As I say, the DRS very powerful around this track. Lando's going to cover us. That's opening up the outside for Max, but Max has to sort of let off the accelerator there because we really cut him off. And we're frustrating these two, but we are back into P4. Time for the drivers to lock in. I missed that earlier. Corey, I hope you're doing well, Corey. Vamos, Franco, indeed. Orlando, thanks for the follow. Rick, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Right, where is Antonelli these days? He's now right on the Haas of Ocon. And we're going around the outside. That was a good time to jump on board. Antonelli moving up to P18 then. And the next man down the road for him will be Mick Schumacher.
You are doing a good job on tires.
Right, Colapinto is now going to be overtaken though by Norris. Perhaps Norris and Verstappen here. And Norris gets past, but Verstappen still struggling. He can't quite get it done. And no, we keep Verstappen behind. Corey, I'm glad I managed to catch up the videos now because I can watch the lives also. Am I right? How are you? Good stuff, Corey. Yes, I'm very well. Good to hear, buddy. Where is Antonelli? Antonelli is in P18 currently. Bro, say live. I'm confused with that, but yeah, thanks. Cody, thanks for the follow. This is live, but it's F1 Manager. It's not Formula 1 content, guys. Right, Colapinto is coming in next lap. Billy Mega Chippy, that's... Oh, actually, we're getting Colapinto in this lap. I didn't quite mean that. I meant to go next lap, but that's fine. It's no big deal. We can, we've got the tyre margin. So, Franco's going to come in this lap. .8 second stop. Nice work. Where's he going to come out, though? That's the big thing here. Oh, this could be nice, clean air here. That's worked out well, hasn't it? That's worked out perfectly. 6.4 seconds of clean air. And most of these will be coming in the next 5 laps or so. So that's worked out perfectly. 1.8 stop. Wow, yeah, we've got a mega pit crew this year. Right, Antonelli, 2.5 off Perez. Let's just forward on, see if we can catch him up to Sergio there. Why is Tsunoda all over the rear end of Colapinto then? Tsunoda, 70% mediums. Not ideal, this. Don't really want to get into a fight with Yuki. Don't really want to be in this fight with Yuki. Come on, Franco.
2 seconds from you.
Looks like Yuki's going to get the better of us here. But no, Franco says no. Goes around the outside. Better traction. And hopefully he can start to pull away now. Just need to break that DRS to Yuki. I think it's whilst we're getting our tyres up to temp, this group of cars have caught up. Just going to deploy a bit of the battery as well. Because Tsunoda's going to maintain DRS for now. Antonelli is 1.1 off Perez. Which is there. There is Kimi Antonelli. As Gabriele Bortoletto is coming into the pits. Annie, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. And I think we've just about broke that DRS. So yeah, Bortoletto into the pits, so that should be another position for Colapinto and Antonelli. And Perez comes into the pits as well. Only actually halfway through this one. There's a lot going on. But yeah, Antonelli 1.2 behind Tsunoda. And yeah, Colapinto's just really on another undercut, basically, is Franco. F1, this is F1 Manager Queen Celis. Thanks for the follows, much appreciated. Hope you're doing well. If you're jumping in the stream, if you haven't already, do me that massive favour and spam that like button. And Alonso, this is F1 Manager. We're in 2027, guys. So unfortunately, Hamilton, Alonso, Hulkenberg are no more in this universe. Sad times, I know, but it is going to come in real life in a few years' time, especially with Lewis and Fernando. They can't go on forever. Although Fernando's giving it a good go. What is he, 43, 44 now, Alonso? Something like that, isn't he? Right, Antonelli is on the DRS of Mick Schumacher. We've got a yellow flag. What we don't want for Franco's strategy is any safety cars now. Unfortunately, Mick's got DRS on Tsunoda, so Antonelli's in a bit of a DRS train here. Colapinto, he's 3 seconds off Behrman, but as I say, all of these are going to be pitting, so they should be getting out of his way. So hopefully Colapinto's not going to have too much traffic, as Max Verstappen has got a mechanical fault.
That is pushing a lot.
Issue with his downshifts. So you expect he's got a gearbox issue, unless it's relating to the engine as well. We'll have a look on that in a moment. Carol and May, thanks for the follows, much appreciated. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, Antonelli, this is a problem. When you get another car fighting another, they pick up the DRS and it can become very difficult. He's got good battery though, so we'll use that battery out of the final corner. Oh, he's going aggressive to the inside though. I like that, Kimi. And he's going to get it done, I think, or is he? He's alongside Mick Schumacher. That was nice and bold from Kimi. Long way round there though. I think he's going to have to concede. Unlucky. I don't mind that though. Don't mind that at all.
I am trying.
Alright, we know you're trying, Kimi. Calm down. Oh, get in the slipstream, Kimi. I don't know why our drivers keep doing this. This is killing Kimi's race a little bit here.
Yeah, keep doing your best.
Well, we're getting a good slipstream though now around the outside of Mick Schumacher. Oh no, we still can't get it done.
We saw it.
No, he didn't block you, Kimi. Come on, he's not pushing you wide there. As Stroll and Maloney are into the pits. Colapinto 2.7 off Albon. Did we catch and pass Behrman there somewhere? Maybe? I think we might have done. I've been preoccupied with this fight, which isn't working. We're using a lot of our battery here, and we just cannot get it done. This is killing Antonelli's race, this bit. This is killing his race, really. Mick pits, though. Mick pits. I was then thinking, should we switch to the free stopper? Mick is now pit. So this will allow us to take the fight to Yuki. But we're actually on the same tyres, basically. Same tyre compound and same deg as Yuki. Verbex, thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. Mick, my German boy, driving a little bit too good right now against Kimi. Yes, indeed. AB, Nathan, thanks for the follows. Hope you're both doing well. Right, Colapinto. Hoping this traffic will get out of the way, but I think once he's past Albon, he should be okay here, Franco. As he gets the DRS now. Hopefully this should be easy work with the tyre difference. Franco Colapinto is going to have to work hard around the outside, though, and that's going to be job done. Moves back to P9, but he's we're on the free stop. We're on an undercut again. We're hoping it's going to work. What are these guys doing? They've definitely got to stop again, which will be their second stop. Will they stop for a third time? That's going to be the key thing as to how far Colapinto can get. Is this a game or a real race? It's F1 Manager. It's a game. Happy Friday, Nathan. Yeah, look, you see how powerful the DRS here. Albon near enough coming back at us, but we stay ahead. Right, is Antonelli finally going to get past Yuki Tsunoda? Yes, he is. He moves up to P12. But yeah, I think they're on the same strat, so I don't know if he can pull away from Yuki. That would be very handy if we could.
At the moment, they are doing well.
Is this real? It is not real.
No lift off anymore. Copy.
George Russell, race leader, into the pits. In his Ferrari in 2027. In this universe, George Russell won the 2025 World Championship with Mercedes, and they rewarded him with no drive in 2026. That's a nice clean stop at Ferrari. G. Scott, Julio, thanks for the follows, much appreciated. Alright, Antonelli has actually got into the DRS of Behrman, which is going to help him in his defense against Yuki. Albon in now the pits for Williams.
Focus on our race.
Gaining heavily on Behrman. Looking at the inside. Past Ollie Behrman, and Antonelli is into P10, back into the points. But he's still got a long race to go as Antonelli on this two-stopper.
We are doing a good job there. At the moment, we are...
David, thanks for the follow. Laka, thanks for the follow. BB29, thanks for the follow. Yeah, this is F1 Manager 24, guys. So actually, Antonelli and Colapinto are on the same number of stops now. They've both got one more stop to go. But Colapinto's got a 10-second margin on Antonelli. And better tyre life, so you'd expect that to continue to increase. Poor chair down to 29%. Surely Teo is about to reel off into the pits here. He is indeed. But Colapinto, who was fighting these guys last time we stopped... the first stop is now with them, and they still need to pit. So he's going to be a net pit stop ahead of the Alpine. So we've had a really good second stint there. And we're going to be right on Hadjar now as well. Hadjar should be in at the end of this lap, but I think we're going to get an overtake done on him. As we're gaining now, DRS will open. Not much space around there, though. We're going to have to look at the inside. No, Franco doesn't fancy it. Poor work from Franco. Oscar Piastri into the pits. And talking of Oscars, Oscar, thanks for the follow. Good stop from McLaren. Hadjar should come into the pits, I think. Yes, he does. That'll give us... will we get DRS? Not sure we will. No, because he pitted before the detection is after the pit. Where's Piastri? So we undercut Piastri last time, and we're undercutting him again. But again, I think it's around the same margin, isn't it? What did Piastri have on? He's got mediums. Will he try and get those to the end, though? It's 26 laps. The deg is high around here. It's going to be interesting. Candence, thanks for the follow. But yeah, it's only 3.1, so... Probably not as much of an undercut that we wanted. And Bortoletto has got past Antonelli. Where was I don't know where Bortoletto's come from, really. We're going to have to look at what's going on there. Where's... So Antonelli, has he caught up to Bortoletto? I think he's caught up to Bortoletto. Yeah, he must have. Because we haven't gone backwards there, have we? So Antonelli, right, he's due to stop now lap 47, so 7 more laps. Colapinto lap 48, as Liam Lawson is now into the pits. So Lawson, I think, will now lose the lead of this race to George Russell. Colapinto's not far off Lawson. Colapinto's actually going to jump Liam Lawson here. Momentarily. I think we did last time, didn't we, actually? But again, as I say, they're the same sort of gaps, so... yeah, I don't think we're really going to stay in this top 5. And Liam Lawson is going to get past us pretty quickly. Ruben, thanks for the follow. This is not practice. This is F1 Manager 24 in Spain. Gabby, thanks for the follow. So yeah, lap 40, yeah, lap 48 for Franco, lap 47 for Franco. But Liam Lawson will get past us. He's on the mediums. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to try and go to the end here, Lawson and Piastri. That will be interesting to see. We've dropped 1.4 of Bortoletto here. And we're just going to forward on chat to those next pit stops. Lawson is going to get past Colapinto, because we're not really fighting Lawson, especially at this phase of the race. Antonelli, you've got to see if he can get back to Bortoletto here. But Bortoletto's tyres are better and softer. So I think Antonelli might be fighting for P8 here today now, which would still be a good result if he can manage that from where he was. Max Verstappen into the pits. Where does he come out? He's a little bit further back this time, though, isn't he? A lot further back. Because Antonelli is nearly past him as well. He is 10 seconds behind Colapinto, so that's a nice little undercut. Piastri, who was 3 seconds back, has clawed that down to 1.8. Verstappen's on the hards, though, so he's going to go to the end. I think Piastri, with his tyre wear there, only down to 90%. I think Piastri's going to go to the end. But we are going to be a net pit stop behind these guys. I think it's looking like they're on a 2-stopper. And we're obviously on a 3 with Franco. Colapinto is on Charles Leclerc, and we were fighting him once upon a time in this race, and we're swinging on by. Leclerc yet to stop for the second time. Colapinto moves up to B4. Is Leclerc going to jump into the pits now? Yes, he is. And Colapinto did get DRS, which is handy there. Piastri now within 1.5 seconds. Antonelli has stayed with Verstappen while Verstappen heats his tyres up. I think Verstappen has got DRS as well, though, hasn't he? Yeah, he has. So, what are we coming in? Lap 47, aren't we? Yeah, so a couple more laps. And then we'll see Antonelli in. And that will be his final stop of the day. So we'll try to work out where we're going to finish up in this one after that. Piastri closing on Franco. It's Lawson setting the fast lap of the race. Norris still hasn't pitted either. So he's on a two-stopper, isn't he? Yeah, he's going to be on a two-stopper as well. And Piastri is now into our DRS. So I think this is the moment for Piastri to get into P4. But yeah, Verstappen is 13 seconds back, 12 seconds back. So we've got a yellow flag. Piastri has a look, and he is going to get that done. As Mick Schumacher's had a lock-up.
Right, let's have a look as we go into turn 4.
British Empire, thanks for the follow, and hello, hope you're doing well. Alia, sorry if I butchered that, but thanks. Oh, wow, that could have been a lot of damage there. Mick avoids everyone, though. Oh, and Colapinto taking it back. We don't really want to take it back there, Franco, because we could have done with the DRS as Lando Norris finally pits. That will, for a brief second, put Franco Colapinto into P3, but Oscar Piastri is going to come sailing by us, and we'll be down to P4. And I forgot Anthony's still pushing on the fuel, so that's going to have to conserve a little bit. Do keep an eye on that fuel, chat, because I have history in forgetting that. Antonelli, it looks like he's moving past Bortoletto here. Max Verstappen's moved past him, and so has Antonelli. And we want to get in Antonelli next lap then.
You are doing a good job. At the moment, we are P6.
Here we go then. I don't think Bortoletto had any DRS. No, he didn't. So easy work for Kimi. Just need to save a bit of fuel with Kimi. I didn't realise we've been pushing for so long with him, so... Colapinto could actually attack here. Got good battery with Kimi, might as well use that.
Use overtake.
PHS spotting, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. So yeah, let's use a bit of battery out of here. Bortoletto down to 46%. I think this might work out to be a good recovery drive from Antonelli. He went right to the back of the grid early on here. And we're trying this two-stopper to recover some points. And he's trying to battle a driver's championship with Max Verstappen. I did forget, actually, Verstappen has got that mechanical issue. So that's probably why he's been slow, to be fair. Yeah, Verstappen, gearbox issue for Max Verstappen. So there might even be a chance for Antonelli to get to Max Verstappen later in this race. If we could beat Verstappen, we'd take that as a second prize. Right, let's attack on the way into the box here.
And more push, more push.
You're the first person that said my user correctly. Oh, thanks. I'll probably butcher most, so I'm glad to get one of them correct. Thanks for jumping in. Recovering the fuel quite nicely now. And we're just forward on because Antonelli, we're going to get in the end of this lap. Colapinto is staying with Max's gearbox issue is getting worse as Colapinto has stayed with Piastri here. What season are you in? This is 2027. And right in the middle of 2027. Piastri is going to come straight back past though with that DRS. Colapinto, we want to get in this lap actually. All right, Antonelli then, this is going to be his final stop of the day. He's on a two-stopper. And we've got just over the final third of this race to go. .1, that's our slowest stop of the day. Let's see where we come out. Tsunoda's going to be past us. Albon's 10, yeah, he's past us. Perez, I think, will be past us as well. Yeah, we're going to come out just behind Perez here. So we're on the soft tyre. Hold on, though. Tsunoda's got to stop again.
At the moment, we have P15.
So is Perez. So is Albon.
In front, you have Perez.
So that's 3 positions we're going to get straight away and move up to 12th. Gasly's got to stop. Bortoletto. I think Antonelli will be in 10th place once they all stop. So I think points are back on the menu for Kimi. Would you ever play racing games or do you just prefer manager games? I'll get back to you, Corey. Hold on. Let's just see this stop. Franco Colapinto then, his final stop of the day as well. Albon's picked up some damage out there. 2.1 again, but we take that. Can't always have a 1.8 second stop. Verstappen struggling. If we can beat Verstappen with Colapinto, that would be handy. Get Antonelli to Verstappen, that would be even better, but I'm not sure that's going to happen. Norris has passed us. There's Leclerc. He's on hards though. I think we're going to be alright on Charles. And we'll just attack to get some temps into there. Yeah, Corey, I do play racing games. I just have never done any racing games on the channel. Find it easier streaming kind of manager simulation games just because you engage a little bit more with chat. Soren, let's go. Kimi indeed. Lindy, thanks for the follow. Is that K-Mag in Racing Bulls? It is K-Mag in Racing Bulls. It's the top partnership of K-Mag and Mick Schumacher in the Racing Bulls. Alan, thanks for the follow. Right, so let me just work this out. So Colapinto's got 2.7 on Leclerc. Bortoletto's ahead, but he's pitting. Everyone else is going to the end. Yeah, he's got a tire advantage on them, but it's not great. So I think it might just end up being P6 for Franco. We'll see. We'll see. What we hope is the deg is higher for these and they really start to struggle at the end. It is still 16 laps to go for them. So we'll see. But Max Verstappen, I think, is in reach, actually, because of that issue. So I think P5. P5 is realistic for Franco. Let's say Bortoletto will be coming in shortly. Antonelli is now on Perez. We didn't quite get DRS there, which is a shame because we might have to sit behind him for a few more corners. And then he's got this traffic of Albon, Hadjar and Gasly. Hadjar doesn't need to pit again. Albon and Gasly do, which will allow us to attack Hadjar. So yeah, I think Antonelli's definitely going to get back into the points after all this. And he's having a look on Perez on the inside. This would be nice to get it done here. And I think he is going to get it done. Antonelli then moves in to P13. We'll use a little bit of battery just to defend on the next DRS zone. And it's 3.2 to Albon. But Albon, hopefully, will be pitting at the end of this lap. And Colapinto has passed Bortoletto then. As well at the same time. And we get a nice little replay of that.
And we're watching the action closely here.
On the inside then, Bortoletto yet to stop, so that's easy work. Franco into P6, and that should very much be the minimum today. Alessandro, thanks for the follow, hope you're well. Yeah, that should be the minimum for Franco today, we're hoping. Right, Antonelli's broken the DRS to Perez. Is Albon coming into the pits? Gasly has come into the pits, and we saw Bortoletto coming into the pits. Perez pits behind, so this should release Antonelli into the points. Bortoletto's still in as well, so we're quite a bit ahead of Bortoletto. So we're into P10. Still, yeah, that was all of them. We mentioned the 5, wasn't it? Yeah, that's the 5. So we're into P10. So if he gets some overtakes done, potentially he could get to P8, Antonelli. He could salvage himself 4 points today, which would be better than what it was looking like earlier. Norris is past Verstappen. He's really struggling with that gearbox, and Colapinto's only 4.3 behind him now. That's one to watch. Let's push on the fuel. We'll just forward on for a bit, chat, because we've got some gaps. So we'll jump back on board once we've got some overtaking. It might be very shortly because Antonelli's really gaining on Hadjar. That fuel is coming back, so I think we will save enough fuel in the end. Adus, thanks for the follow. Right, here we go. DRS, Antonelli on Hadjar. This will be for P9. And we've got Maloney coming out of the pits, who we're about to lap. He's going to get in the way of this fight, though. Get out of the way, then, Zane. Yeah, he's out of the way. Right, that's good. Right, Antonelli into P9. 2 seconds off Teo Porcher. Good tire advantage on him. But Antonelli definitely, I think, is on for P8. Leclerc's 5 seconds up the road. That might be a little bit harder to do. Colapinto, though, only 2.7 off Max. Max leads this Drivers' Championship, but he's got a gearbox issue, and it looks like if Colapinto gets him, he'll only finish 6th. which is... What's that? 8 points, isn't it? Yeah, so Max currently, that's as it stands. So if we take those 10 off, 186. I think he has a 38-point lead on Antonelli. So if Antonelli could get to 7th, he'll only lose 2 points to Max. So that'd be a good little recovery in the end. But yeah, Max really struggling with that gearbox. We're gaining so easily on him. So Colapinto, we might as well stay on board. Oh, we're not staying on board though. We're flipping over to Antonelli because he's already on Teo Portier. Antonelli has found the pace in the closing stages and he's into P8. Kimi's on the road now in P8 and he's absolutely flying. And it's Charles Leclerc, next man up the road. On softs, yeah, Antonelli on softs, Leclerc on hards. There's a chance, but it is 5.6 seconds. Right, Franco. This is a big one though on Max Verstappen. DRS having a look on the inside of Max, not quite there. Don't want him to do the overtake before the DRS here. I'd rather get the DRS. That's better. Right, now we'll deploy. This should be pretty easy work. Max's gearbox, absolutely a bag of bits here. And there we go. See you later, Max Verstappen. DRS assisted. And Colapinto is into the top 5. Also Franco. Yes, indeed. Aloui and Charlie, thanks for the follow. And if you're jumping in, you haven't already, do spam that like button. Super appreciated, really helps me out. And we've already broken the DRS to Max, so that's good work. Antonelli's out of the DRS, so yeah, we've got a bit of downtime chat, so we'll forward on. There's 12 laps to go. Can Colapinto get to Norris? Got a good tyre margin on him, but Norris is 11 seconds back, so he might have a chance of P4. Antonelli 3 seconds back on Leclerc. Might be able to gain a couple other positions towards the end here. Back-to-backs, no Max win in 2027. Yeah, that's not happened yet. It'll be the first time this year that Max has failed to win. You know, if we've had 2 races, he's when he hasn't won a race, he's always gone on to win the next one. So this will be the first time we've had 2 races in a row without a Max win. Colapinto already within 1.3 of Lando, so that is looking very good. Antonelli's still a bit further back on Leclerc. Russell P1, yes indeed, and Lawson now P1. They're fighting. Piastri 10 seconds back. The McLarens definitely have improved across 2027 though. They're running 3rd and 4th on merit. But hopefully that's about to be 3rd and 5th because Franco has arrived on Lando Norris and we're looking to get past Lando and claim P4 in this race. It's been a big old confidence booster for Franco. He's outshined a lot from Kimi, but Kimi does make more mistakes. But Kimi can make up with it with his raw pace. Franco not as pacey, but less mistakes. Sainz has got an issue down there in Aston Martin. He's down in 19th as it is. Right, here we go. DRS then on Lando Norris. Switch to the outside. I think this should be pretty easy work for Franco. And he is moving into P4. Can we break the DRS? What's the tyre life of these? Down to 54. Is anyone's tyres going to just jump off the cliff? Drop off the cliff? That'd be very nice if that happens. Danny, thanks for the follow. Xavi, Alonso. This is 2027, so unfortunately we have no more Fernando Alonso. Bad McLaren start in 2027, but now they're coming back. Yes, indeed. I'm just going to push on the battery for a little bit because I don't want to be fighting Lando for the rest of this race. So if we can just push away from him, we'll have that if we can. Lando knows how important it is to keep the DRS though, and I think he just about got it there, didn't he? Yeah, he did. I got another yellow flag here. It's Sergio Perez who's had a spin in T1. Oh, it's going to lie up the rears. Okay, Sergio, not great there. Benjo, thanks for the follow. Paolo, thanks for the follow. And fastest lap of the race for Franco Colapinto. We used all the battery in doing that, but it was worth it because we've broken the DRS to Lando Norris. Antonelli has arrived on Charles Leclerc. And Verstappen's fault is getting worse. Will Verstappen even see this race out if he retires? That's going to be big news for us. Antonelli on the inside, DRS and battery assisted. And we are going to move up to P7 with Kimi. And he's only 3.5 seconds. I think we're going to get Max quite comfortably here. Max is really struggling. He's on the hards. He's got a broken gearbox. And Antonelli looks like he'll actually outscore Max in this race, which, yeah, was unbelievable to think that earlier on in the race. But I think it's pretty much going to happen. Colapinto, only 6.6 off Piastri. Could we get a podium? Is there a sneaky podium here? I think we might just run out of time. But we'll wait and see on that. Say the deg is high here, so we've got 7% on them. Russell and Lawson down to the 50% margin. Might be some drama in this one yet, chat.
In front there is Verstappen. He's 2 seconds from you. Yeah, keep doing your best.
Luca, thanks for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, 1.7. Max is struggling. And what's good for us is Leclerc's probably got a good chance of getting Max as well. So I think Max might finish P9. That'll be 2 points. That's going to be massive in this Drivers' Championship. Natty, thanks for the follow. 1.1 off Max. So next lap, this lap even, this is going to be the moment that we get past Max Verstappen. Verstappen had a real chance to extend his Drivers' Championship today, but his gearbox has let him down. And that is going to give Kimi Antonelli, even with his woes today, a chance to take him. And that will be the end, I think, of Antonelli's journey today. P6, but that'll be a good recovery from him. But where could he have been without that mistake? He's had a really good pace to get back from last, 5 seconds off the back of the grid, and to come back to P6. So I mean about Kimi, he's got raw pace, but he makes a lot of mistakes. A bit like real life, in fairness to Kimi. VIJV, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Alright, DRS there on Max, but not close enough. But this surely will be the moment on which Antonelli is going to pass the man that leads the Drivers' Championship. And the DRS opens now. We feel the speed on board. We get the slipstream. We pull out to the inside. Past the 4-time world champion, who's looking to become a 5-time world champion here in 2027. But his gearbox, as I said, let him down today. And Antonelli is now into the top 6.
Norris in front.
And that might be, as I say, all we get done now. We've got 6 laps after this one, so 7 laps including this one. 6% march. Russell and Lawson's tyres are getting low though, but Piastri's not really gaining on them, is he? We're 5.3 off Oscar. Might need to use a bit of this battery just to get away from Max here. Ace, thanks for the follow, much appreciated. Hope you're doing well. Right, can Anthony just break this DRS to Verstappen here? Don't know if he will. You've only got a couple of corners to do it, although Max has just dropped to 7 to 8 tenths there. Max probably using some of his battery because he knows it's key to try and stay in this if he can. Oh, I think it's close, but I think we've just done enough to keep him out of the DRS there. Yeah, no DRS open. So that was key. Which F1 Manager? This is F1 Manager 24, but we're using a 2025 mod on PC. If you're watching on TikTok or Twitch, if you head to my profile, in the bio there's a YouTube link, and in the description of my videos you'll find the mod for this, only on PC of course.
He's 1.5 from you.
So Colapinto 5 seconds off Piastri, Antonelli 7 seconds off Norris. That might be it, but let's wait and see to see if these tyres degrade a bit. Got a yellow flag. Stroll's out of lockup. Albon mechanical fault. As a Kiwi, I wish Liam did this well in real life. Who knows? Still young enough. But in this universe, he's back with Red Bull, so that obviously helps. Or does it, actually? Not in real life, it doesn't, does it? You're best off being that RB unless you're Max Verstappen, to be fair. Alright, free to go after this one. We're getting within 4 seconds of Piastri, but our tyres are just going to... Yeah, I think we're just going to run out of time. But Russell down to 35%. They're going to really struggle in the last 3 laps. Laps to go. Fuel is good. Let's just burn a bit of this extra fuel. Yeah, I think we're just going to run out of laps here. I'm surprised Piastri's pace hasn't been better than that, though. Yeah, Russell now down to 30%. I think Lawson's going to win this race, you know. Yeah, Antonelli P6, Colapinto P4. Probably go aggressive here this final lap.
You can reduce the management.
We can go attack, but we're not going to get anywhere. Got within 3.6 of Piastri. Russell is being unlapped. Yeah, he's being unlapped. Is that Perez? Yeah, Perez unlapped. But Russell, his tyres have gone. And Liam Lawson is going to win a race here in 2027. I believe it might be his first ever win. Russell's tyres well and truly have gone. Piastri will certainly be eating into that, but it's not going to be enough to get to him on this final lap. But yes, the Kiwi man is going to win his first race. Pretty sure it's his first race. Warrior Franco Fuel. Yeah, I think I just got onto that. I will just go conserve just in case. Just with both of them. I think we're pretty fine on that though.
Suggest lift off. Copy.
Ram, thanks for the follow. Israel, thanks for the follow. But yeah, we're watching Liam Lawson here. He's going to win in Spain. He's got a lot of traffic that he's currently lapping. But he's come out on top. Leclerc has got Max Verstappen. Yeah, so Verstappen down to P8, which is very good for us in the Drivers' Championship. We'll have a look at that championship very shortly. But Liam Lawson for Red Bull, back in Red Bull in this universe. And the Kiwi has won by 3 seconds from George Russell. Oscar Piastri is going to come home in P3 for that McLaren that's improving all the time this year. And Franco Colapinto, great drive from him. He started P12, don't forget. And he's up to P4, just misses out on the podium, but gains 8 places to P4. That's good work from him. Lando Norris 5th, and Antonelli. All race entry from him because he started P4, and because of a mistake, he went right to the back of the grid. If we review his race from there, really good recovery, but starting P4, what could have been today as well with Max struggling, he could have really ate in to that. But it finishes then with Lawson on the top step, Russell P2, Piastri P3, and our 2 drivers, Colapinto P4 and Antonelli P6. And we'll have a look at those championships now.
Karun, what a brilliant drive we just witnessed there.
And there we go.
Performance today to have made the top 10.
A Maserati.
Expected this from the team,
Corey, good recovery drives. Yes, indeed. Yeah, good recovery in terms of Franco starting P12, and then when Kimi went to the back, good work there as well. But look at that, Liam Lawson from pole as well, so he would have got a point for pole. You get a point for pole here in 2027. He wins it from pole. George Russell up 1 to 2nd. Piastri drops 1 to 3rd, but as we said, up 8 places. Franco Colapinto to finish P4. That's good work from him. Lando up 4 as well for McLaren. Kimi started P4, dropped right to the back of the grid, recovered to P6. Leclerc 7th. Max Verstappen gearbox issue means he only finished P8. Gabriel Bortoletto up 5 for Mercedes, and Teo Pourchaire holds on for a point for Alpine. Where did Sainz finish? Sainz is P18, down 8 places, started P10. Fastest lap for Franco, but no point for that in 2027. Drivers' Championship then, so as I say, it's a funny one in the end because both of the top 2 don't really score many points, but Kimi does at least gain on Max, which didn't look likely when he dropped to the back of the grid. So Max Verstappen now on 190 points, Kimi Antonelli on 146 points. So the gap is now, what's that, 44 points, I make that? Yeah, 44 points. So I think, yeah, it was 48. I think I might have said 38 earlier on the stream. So it's 48 points the gap. It's now 44 with 10 to go, I think. So halfway through. So still doable for us to become a world champion this year. Something else that's new for 2027 is Max has won 6 of the 9. well, he had won 6 of the 8. The other 2 races was a Maserati in Kimi and Franco. So we do have a new winner, of course, this year, which is Liam Lawson. So other than Max and the 2 Maseratis, we do get a new winner today. Franco is P3. He's got 12 points today, so he gains 4 on his teammate. He's still 30 back on Kimi, but good work from Franco. Russell goes to the top 4. He's absolutely dominating Charles Leclerc this year. I don't know what's going on with Charles, but he's not having a good time at Ferrari. Lando drops to 5th. Lawson up to 6th. Look at that, 64 points all year. Takes 26 today. So he's starting. I think he must. I think his overall must be improving, and that's helping him in the car because he's now up to 64 points. Piastri drops to 7th. Ollie Behrman, no points for Williams today. He remains in 8th. Bortoletto 9th. And say Leclerc 10th on 23. He's got 23 points for Ferrari. Russell has 98, and Russell's got 2 podiums, Leclerc none. Rest of your point scorers in 27 is Perez, Yuki Tsunoda, Stroll, Teo Portieri picks up another point today, Albon, Mick Schumacher, Pierre Gasly, and K-Mag. Isaac Hadjar, no points, but he does get a better position overall across these quarter races to jump Carlos Sainz. So it's Hadjar, Sainz, Ocon, and Maloney yet to score. Constructors and Red Bull take points out of us because although Max struggled, Liam Lawson took the win. So I thought we were actually going to sail away with this because earlier on in the season, Max, yeah, he was winning, but Lawson was getting like 1 and 2 points. So with us finished second and third most races, I thought that, yeah, this Constructors would be a little bit easier than this, but it's not going to be now. It's very much going to be a fight because it's just 8 points now between ourselves and Red Bull. So we've got a fight on to win the Constructors and the Drivers' Championship. That was the target this year, and it might not happen, so we might. Don't know what I'm doing for this series yet, whether we do a 4th year, but if we don't win the Constructors or Drivers' Championship, I think we'll definitely have to do a 4th year. McLaren RP3, Ferrari P4, close in points between those 2 today. Williams scored nothing today though, so it means Mercedes move within 7 points. Audi are on 28, Alpine get another point, they're in 8th. RB have 5, Aston Martin having a poor season on 2 points and has yet to score. See you later, Soren, thanks for dropping in, buddy. Have a good weekend. One thing we are dominating this year is the pit stop competition. We get the fastest 2 stops again of the day, and look at that. This championship is basically over already, so we're loving that in 2027. See you on Tuesday. Yes, indeed. So if you have dropped into the stream, make sure to follow or subscribe. We stream this every Tuesday and Friday, so we will be back on Tuesday. If you've watched on YouTube, of course, subscribe over there, and you can check out the Maserati playlist where you can see all of the episodes in this series, not just the live streams. And if you've watched on TikTok or Twitch, head to the profile. In my bio, you'll find that YouTube link. So as I say, not just the live streams over there. We have 2 episodes dropping every week as well, so you can catch up on this entire Maserati series if you want to watch it from the first episode and catch up to where we are now. But we'll be back on Tuesday as we continue this series. At the end, what a really good race for Franco Colapinto. Started P12, gets to P4, consistent all the way. He always is. He's not flashy in terms of raw pace, but doesn't make many mistakes. And he did well to get P4. Kimi, as they started P4, dropped right to the back of the grid. Really bad start, but actually the recovery was really well from him. And if he didn't have that issue, I think he would have been well on the way to a podium, if not challenging for the win with Max's issue. So what could have been, but hey-ho, that's how it goes. We've got 4 days till Austria. That'll be the next one as we continue this Maserati F1 Manager series. Thanks for everyone who's dropped in. If you haven't already, just smash that like button before I go. As I say, do follow